Cheers.
The leaf spring army sends its regards.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am the Enforcer, and we just got knocked out by the internet. So we are back.
Hey, we're back, baby. Hey, we're back.
And we're going to be answering all the remaining super chats and live chats that we have. So, Matthew, take it away.
All right, so jumping right back into it, and also sorry, folks, by the way, our Wi-Fi went out, and also we're not really sure why it happened, but it went out for just long enough to end the stream and come back on. Apparently, the Shadow Wizard Money Gang from Mississippi, does not want to say the old stories. But anyways, jumping into our first one of where we left off, actually, this one goes to Clyde, who puts in a $20 donation, and thank you very much, Clyde, for the support. He said, "Here's my gripe for the night. Stop cutting funding for the VA."
And I thank you for the support, and we brought that up a little bit behind the scenes, and that is something that is a little bit interesting to see, to say the least. But beyond that, I do thank you so much for the support and helping this channel to keep on running, because it is folks like you who help to make this thing possible and keep it running day in and day out. So a massive thanks to you once again for the support, and we are on to the next one.
All right. And also our next one goes to Evanescent Wave, who puts on the 20. And thank you as well, Evanescent Wave, for that $20 support. And we appreciate it. And they said, "Do you think it is a good time for Ukraine to drop the Kerch Bridge?"
I think any time's a good time to drop the Kerch Bridge, to be entirely honest with you. And I think that we could get them as quickly as they could get us, I'll tell you that. So with that, I hope that does address that well. Thank you once again for support and helping this channel to keep on running. And we are on to the next one.
And we have the second support of the night from John Underwood, who threw in a 20. And thank you very much, John, for the second support, and we appreciate it. He said, "Slava Ukraine and Herom Slava."
And Slava Ukraine and Herom Slava. And thank you once again for support and helping this channel to keep on running, John Underwood, because it's folks like you that make this thing possible. With that, we are on to the next one.
And the next one goes to Clausen, who puts in a $20 donation. And thank you very much, Clausen, as well, for that support as always. And Clausen said, "Merch drops? Anybody there? Seriously, bro? Take a question from the chat. LSA forever and 100% support."
Hey, and long live the Spring Army, and let's go, baby. And we are trying to see about doing a merch run. It's just that, to be entirely honest, it's actually incredibly difficult to do them, and we are probably only going to be doing them from this point forward on LSA flag releases, but sadly we weren't able to set everything up in time for LSA week for a flag release this time. So it might be a little bit after LSA week or a little bit on into the summer this time, but I know that many people are excited and awaiting those flags. And so with that, thank you so much once again. I hope that does address that well, and we are on to the next one.
All right, and our next one is going to go to, let's see here. Also, let's see, they said take a question from the chat, by the way. So we'll grab one in honor of Clausen's super chat. And this one goes to White Wolf Woman, who says, "Wasn't American delegates going to Russia itself for the peace deal?"
I think that at some point they will be, but I don't know if that's going to be something that they're doing now with the ceasefire proposition and everything. And so with that, I hope that does address that somewhat well. Thank you once again for support and helping this channel to keep on running. And we are on to the next one.
And this one goes to Joe's RV Home Turtle, who puts in a 20. And thank you very much, Joe's RV Home Turtle, for that support and helping to keep us running. And Joe said, great news channel, guys. Keep up the great work.
And thank you so much for enjoying it. And thank you for supporting the channel and telling us to keep up the good work, because we try our hardest and we are hoping that we will be able to ensure that the good work keeps keeping up. And so with that, a huge thanks to you so much once again. I hope that does address that well. And we are on to the next one.
And our next one goes to Arapiar Whip, who puts in a 20 euro. And thank you very much, by the way, for that first ever super chat on the channel. And we appreciate that very much. And of course, that helps keep the channel running. So thank you very much, good sir, for that support. And Enforcer, what say you?
Thank you so much for your first support ever to the channel, Rapier Whip. And I got to thank you once again for enjoying it and helping it to keep on running. I just saw you say in the chat, your personal history stories are almost as interesting as the news. And hey, thank you so much for that. I hope that they are. I would love to do a history channel one day. It's just that we are usually so busy with this, I really can never spend any extra time doing that. But hopefully one day we could, because I have a blast talking about history and anything related to it. And so a huge thanks to you so much once again. I hope that has addressed that well. And we are on to the next one.
And our next one goes to AMX10 Speedy Bang Bang, who puts in a 15. And thank you very much, AMX10, as well. This is a live chat question, because I love hearing so many different opinions about what people think will happen.
And I thank you for the support, and it's always interesting to hear people's different opinions. Very interesting indeed, I would have to agree. And Matthew, what do we got?
And this one goes to you, Miguel, who says, any chance that retreating from Kursk is a condition for the U.S. to resupply Ukraine?
I don't think so. I think the withdrawal is actually being done because they started to lose ground in the Kursk Oblast, and it may have been decided that at this point the losses aren't really worth the investment that the diversion was initially supposed to achieve. So at this point, they may have decided that it's just better to cut the losses and move on to a more advantageous sort of an action than continuing to stay in Kursk, when it was really only meant to be a diversionary effort and not a permanent one. And so with that, I hope that does address that well. I thank you once again for support and helping this channel to keep on running. And with that, we are on to the next one.
And our next one goes to Rye Guy SR, who puts in a $10 donation. And thank you very much, Rye Guy, for that support as well. And we appreciate it very much. He said, for the coffee fund on a busy day, and God bless the USA, Slav Ukraine, and LSA.
Hey, and thank you so much for your support, and Slava Ukraini, and long live the Lee Spring Army. And I gotta thank you so much once again for supporting and helping this channel to keep on running, because if it wasn't for folks like you, we wouldn't be able to make this thing possible. We wouldn't be able to have enough coffee to be up this late at night, continuing to just keep yapping. And so a huge thanks to you so much once again, and we are on to the next one.
And the next one goes to the B-Man, who puts in two $10 donations. And thank you very much, B-Man, for that support. He said, Zelensky not playing cards. Zelensky plays chess. Intelligent moves. And also, he made some choice words about the people involved in the negotiations. So I can't read that off, sadly. But thank you, B-Man, for those two supports. And we appreciate it. But Enforcer, what say you?
And thank you, B-Man, for both of those super chats to the channel. And thank you for helping it to keep on running. I would say that Zelensky is pretty good at playing the chess and the cards and all that. I'd say that he's pretty decent at it. And so with that, thank you once again for support. I hope that does address that well. And with that, we are on to the next one.
And this one is going to go to Deb O'Leary, who put in a 10. And thank you very much, Deb, for the support. They said, hey, boys, great new Len. And said you should have a look at the Transalpine Express when and if you ever get down to New Zealand.
The Transalpine Express. I think we've looked at that before. Transalpine Express. Yes. Let's take a gander at it. Oh, it's kind of like the GAN. But take a gander at that, Matthew. The Kiwi Rail. Look at that.
The Kiwis.
The Kiwis is like the freaking birds. It's like the birds. But beyond that, wow, look at that.
That is not as modern as the Bright Line.
No, but it's nice. It's nice, Matthew. It is nice. And look at that. You get to ride all over the South Island. That's really cool. Actually, one day I'd like to take a gander at riding this train. I love trains. I really love them a great deal. I cannot deny it. I cannot hide it. And the Bright Line's a pretty cool one as well. I mean, like, look, I'll take it down to the international airport. Show you the Bright Line, Jack. Show you the Bright Line. But let's see. Here we go. Yeah. Here's the Bright Line. Look at that. Oh, look at those charges. Look at those charges. And look at those interiors. I wonder if they have a picture of the interior here. Yeah, they did. Look at that. Look at the interior of these trains. So clean, so modern, so chic. Very cool, very neat. And I got to thank you so much once again for support, because we will be trying to ride that train one day if we ever come to New Zealand. And so a big thanks to you so much once again. I hope that does address that well. And with that, we are on to the next one.
And our next one goes to Neil Vizanon, who puts in a 10. And thank you very much, Neil, as well, for the support. He said, y'all, if you're into politics, do what I do. Sit down and watch something else that scratch your itch before the stream, and then keep your mouth shut here. That was what Neil said. That's Neil, honestly, like, not too bad advice, honestly, Neil. But Enforcer, what say you?
I thank you for the support. Not bad advice, though. Not bad advice at all. Like one thing I always got to say, just take it a step back. You know what I mean? Like, politics isn't something that you got to be personally invested in all day, every day, all right? Politics, bombing, because our OBS just got disconnected there for a second. What is going on? Yeah, we're back. We're back now. But
what's going on?
What is going on here? What's going on here? Could you reread that one again? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
Call the manager. The Dr. Greeter said, have a great night, y'all.
And thank you so much, Darth Egregious, and I hope you have a great night as well. And I thank you once again for support and helping this channel to keep on running. And with that, we are on to the next one.
And the next one goes to Templar388Z, who puts in a 10. And thank you very much, Templar, for that support. Excuse me. They said, thank you guys for the hard work. Keep up the good work. Rabbit Hole. Have you seen the Mexico national anthem? The lyrics are pretty sick.
I have seen the Mexican national anthem. I have never, really gotten deep into the lyrics, but Mexico is actually a pretty interesting country in a whole bunch of ways. I like their railroads, like Ferromex. Ferromex has a great railroad livery, and also the Nación de Mexico also had a, let's see, yeah, here we go. This one had a really cool livery to it. Let me show you that. Oh, come on. No, it doesn't want to. The Nation of Mexico, Nación de Mexico. That was their livery for their national railway. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Like, I thought it was actually kind of neat. Like that one, but really the modern ones are even better. Like Ferromex. Here we go. The modern Ferromex.
I like that one.
Yeah, these are so cool. Like, I think that's a Scale Trains model, by the way, not a real one. But these are really neat. I really like them a lot. And they're just so iconic, you know, they're just, it's Mexican. It's what they do. But beyond that, I got to thank you once again for the support and helping this channel to keep on running. I hope that does address that well, quite well indeed. And with that, we are on to the next one.
And this one goes to Jay Bagwell, who put in the $10 donation. And thank you very much, Jay, for throwing in that $10 support on the second stream, which is a lot smaller than the first one, because I don't think a lot of people realize the new one went live. But Jay said, we back, baby.
We are so back. I got to thank you for the support, Jay Bagwell, and supporting this channel and helping it to keep on running, because folks like you help to make this thing possible and help us to keep it rolling. And so a big thanks to you so much once again. And we are on to the next one.
And someone said, I hope no one tries to dox you guys. That would suck. Oh, they have already. There's a dude that doxed us a while back who known as the Hot Dog Man, who gets like a whopping total of like 300 viewers a night that doxed us in the past. So, no, it's happened before. And, you know, they doxed us at our law school, too. So that was a hell of a situation. But that's what people that act like him, act like fools do, is do stuff like that, which is real petty, to say the least, and probably criminal, actually. But anyways, jumping into our next one, this one goes to Robert Johnson, who put in a 5. And thank you very much, Robert, for that support. And we appreciate it. But Enforcer, what say you?
And I got to thank you so much for the support and helping this channel to keep on running. So once again, if it wasn't for folks like you, we wouldn't be able to make this thing possible, and we wouldn't be able to keep it running. So a massive thanks to you once again. And with that, we're on to the next one.
And our next one goes to Dean London, who puts in a 5. And thank you very much, Dean, for that support. They said, LSA, beyond politics, beyond it.
It's like a Beyond Burger. No meat, no substance. I'm just kidding, by the way, but still, thank you for the support and helping this channel to keep on running. And thank you so much for the kind words. And I'm glad to know that people really do appreciate it and enjoy it at the end of the day. And we're not just getting dissed on and roasted every night. But still, thank you so much once again. And we are on to the next one.
And the next one goes to Not For One, Yet For All Ukraine, who puts in a 5. And thank you very much for that support, by the way. They said, because of the flip-flop side of things, with the current U.S. situation, do you think that, I don't know what this one means. I'm scared to read it off. You know what I mean? Because it involves politics. But they said, LSA, and take a chatty.
And LSA, and I got to thank you for the support. We will make sure to take a live chat in your honor. So what do we got, Matthew? What do we got?
And the live chat question on this one is going to go to Uncle Sam, who said, what if the ceasefire is extended 90 days under the Russian-U.S. premise that Ukraine holds Ukrainian presidential elections?
That would still be in the process of wartime because officially the war wouldn't have ended or ceased. So that most likely would not happen, in my opinion. It's highly unlikely. But I do thank you for sponsoring that live chat question and helping this channel to keep on running. And with that, we are on to the next one.
And the next one goes to Laser314, who puts in a 5. And thank you very much, Laser, for that support. They said, put out a peace deal to prove Russia doesn't want peace. That's an interesting possibility.
It is an interesting possibility, and I wonder what's going to happen as a result of that. We'll have to wait and see. But I do thank you so much once again for the support and helping this channel to keep on running. And with that, we are on to the next one.
Also, by the way, someone mentioned the Twitter outage the other day. Someone said the outage was not from Ukraine. It was from a pro-Hamas group. Yeah, the group took responsibility for it. It was like some pro-Palestinian group that's aligned with Iran and also aligned with Russia, too. That's who took credit for taking down Twitter. But then Elon came out and suggested that it was from Ukrainian IP addresses, which suggested a Ukrainian did it. And once again, I'm not a computer expert, but I know that IP addresses can be spoofed. And that's probably what happened with that, because why would a group take responsibility for it and then you would find different IP addresses and claim that someone else did it? So, you know, that's just crazy. And that guy says he has computer knowledge too, so you ought to know that. But anyways, jumping into our next one here, this one goes to Ryan H, who puts in a 5. And are we still here?
Oh yeah, we're still here. Yeah.
Everything's gone dark. Let's see here. Something's going on with us. I think we're being screwed with, actually, because my computer is having issues right now. But Ryan H put in a 5, and thank you, Ryan, as well. They said, good evening from Washington, D.C., and visit the People's House, immersive experience today, and recommend you both see it in LSA.
The People's House, a house for people. What are you, some kind of a damn commie? I'm just kidding. Let's go check it out. The People's House, a White House experience. Huh. That's interesting. I actually have heard of this place before. I don't think we got to go in it, though. It is really cool looking, though, I will admit. I will have to say. I also like how the roof here is made out of rocks and molten coal. But I'm just kidding, by the way. But that is actually really cool. I think we'll have to go by and take a gander at that someday. Although when I'm in Washington, D.C., I'm not exactly there for, say, the government. Like the White House, or the Capitol building. Actually, I'm just kidding. I really am there for that. I like to look at those things. And I like the architecture. I think it's a very nice and pleasing kind of architecture visually. But still, thank you so much once again. I hope that does address that well. And a very nice recommendation indeed. And so with that, we are on to the next one.
And our next one goes to Darren Quinn, who puts in a 5. And thank you very much, Darren, as well, for that support. He said, ever seen Putin's train? It's the gas pipe smoking.
I get it, and I'm laughing at it. But I do thank you for the support and helping this channel to keep it running. And I gotta say, that was a pretty good punchline right there. Pretty good one indeed. But with that, it's time for us to move on to the next one. And thank you once again.
And the next one goes to CW, who puts in a 2. And thank you very much, CW, for that support. And he said, donate blood. Unfortunately, I'm a little low on blood. I can't donate any. But Enforcer, what say you?
Unfortunately, I'm all out of blood, sadly. I don't really carry a lot around on me. Usually I transact with a credit card of a sort. But beyond that, I do thank you so much once again for the support and helping this channel keep it running. But not a bad idea, though. Not a bad idea. Very civic-minded kind of a thing. And so with that, thank you once again. I hope that does address that well. And we are on to the next one.
You gotta watch out for those blood donation things, though. Like, I've heard there's like blood brokers out there and stuff. Like, you go and like give your blood or whatever, and they try to flip it and sell it for like a profit or something. I'm not sure if that's common, but I didn't like the sound of that when I heard it. I was like, wait a minute, what? I was like, okay, that explains why they're doing it for free. But also, why are you donating it for free if they're making a profit? It's like, interesting. But you get a cookie. But anyways, jumping into our next one here. This one goes to LSA Sergeant Figment, who puts in a 2. And thank you very much, Sarge, for the support. It said, LSA, hit the like button. That's an order.
And hit that like button, LSA. That is an order from LSA Sergeant Figment, nonetheless. And so a big thanks to you once again. And also, Matthew, I just realized, Matthew, we got 930 live viewers here. And this is a stream that ran after our first one imploded. So YouTube isn't even promoting this one to anyone. And we are still getting 3 times the viewership of the hot dog man right now. Isn't that sad when you think about that? That is so sad. Like, yeah. Oh, man, it's really over for them. It's like, nah. It's like, nah, I think think not. I think
Well,
we're
let's
good.
see. How long has this stream been on? For 19 minutes. We've already gotten 5,000 total viewers on this in 19 minutes. Hot Dog Man will run one for like 4 or 5 hours, like a freaking marathon, like half the day, and he'll be struggling to pull out 5,000 views during like 5 or 6 hours or something.
No, better
and it's
yet,
only
man,
been 19 minutes.
it'll be-
Man, it's crazy.
It'll be 2 days later, and you'll only have 4,000 views. It's like I don't think you're really one to speak about channels going down. It's like you're like that guy. That guy is so far down. He's below the floor. He's like underground somewhere. Somewhere underground in that shitty basement. Oh man, how about that time that you laughed? Oh man, how about that time that you cried? Oh, it's like how about that time that you did crack? Like how about that time? Oh man. But anyways, with that, we are on to the next one.
And our next one goes to Michael, who put in a 2, along with Eric Horner LOC, who put in a 2 as well, and also Plazoth, who put in a 2 also. And thank you very much, Michael, Eric, and Plazoth, for the support, and we appreciate it very much. And we also have one more super chat. This one goes to, let's see, this is the username, by the way. I'm just going to say it. It says Grippin' D's Nuts, who puts in a 2. They said Cloudland Canyon, Alabama. Check it out.
Cloudland Canyon. How do you spell that, Manu?
Cloudland, like cloud and land.
Yeah.
Canyon, Alabama.
Where is this in Alabama? This ain't Alabama. This is in Georgia. What are you talking about? This is in Georgia. Anyways, let's take a look at it. Oh, look at that.
That's pretty nice.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's actually pretty decent looking, actually.
Yeah, man, you was shitting on Alabama. This, like right there.
Oh, was that a dog? Was that a dog at the top?
Where?
I saw a dog.
Oh, there it is.
Right there.
What the dog doing? Like, what the dog doing? Oh, it's a husky. That's cute.
Look at that. It's a dog.
What the dog
Careful
doing?
playing the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. Like, what the dog doing with the butter on it? But man, look at that. That's a really beautiful park right there. Look at that. You gotta take a gander. You gotta appreciate these things when you see them. But that's really nice, actually. That's very nice, I'd have to say. Thank you for recommending that and sharing that with us, because it is folks like you that make this thing possible and help us to keep this thing running. So a big thank you to you once again for the support and helping this channel to keep on running. And someone said, "You average illiterate Alabama, he can't read." It's like, well, you're banned now. So it's like I hope that was worth it. But anyways, with that, it's time for us to move on to the next one. Aw, man.
All right, so moving on to our next one here. We're now moving into our live chat questions, but we're fresh out of super chats. So once again, thank you all for donating to the channel once again and making the channel possible, and we appreciate it. But guess what? Cichlid proved me wrong, and it's through a $10 super chat. I said this one's for the Kielbasa man.
And I'll take some kielbasa. I'll have some. I've heard it's pretty good. I've never actually had it myself, but I've heard it's good. I'll probably get it. And so with that, thank you once again for support and helping this channel to keep on running, Cichlid, because if it wasn't for folks like you, we wouldn't be able to keep this thing running and make it possible. And so huge thanks to you so much once again. And we are on to the next one.
Also, by the way, kielbasa is Polish sausage, by the way. It's actually very good, very, very flavorful, and it's quite good. But anyways, moving on here to our Morse code decoders of the stream. Tonight we had Cliff Simonson, Mark Hodges, Earl Bernew, Kevin J, Paul Scholes, David Millsap, Royal Fluffiness, Arabelle Grebo, Jenny Dog, and Norm Pritchett. They said that the Morse code for today says, "Now we will see whether Russia would agree to the ceasefire proposal or not. What's your bets?" LLT, LOC.
And there's the sound of money. Y'all got that down on the nail. That was a jackpot of the night. I got to congratulate y'all greatly for that. I haven't seen many people hit jackpots like that. I run a lot of casinos. Never seen a jackpot like that. I'm kicking you out of the casino for good now. You can't win like that. When you win so well that you get tired of winning in my casinos, then I'm going bankrupt. So you're going to have to go. But beyond that, I do have to congratulate y'all very greatly, very bigly for getting that right. Absolutely amazing thing. I cannot believe that y'all have continued to get that Morse code right every single time. It's absolutely incredible, truly great. No other community can do it. No other community. Many other people, they want a community like mine. They go, where in the world can I get Morse code decoders? I need Morse code decoders. And they just can't find them. They can't find them because this channel is too great, too good. And it's great, not because of you, but because of me. I'm just kidding, by the way, but still, a big congratulations to y'all. because y'all did get that correct. And so with that, we are now on into the live chats. But due to time constraints, sadly, there is no like loophole rule where we started a new stream and it can go on for like 3.5 hours more. Sadly, we are still running overtime at this point, so we will be answering 3 live chat questions and then rounding this thing out. And so, Matthew, what is our third to last question of the night?
All right, so this one goes to John B. Rempel, who says, would the Russian electronic warfare systems cause those drones to go errant when they attacked Moscow?
Maybe that may be a possible reason why so many of them ended up hitting residential buildings. Maybe. So with that, I hope that does answer that somewhat well. And with that, we are on to the second to last question of the night.
And this one goes to Vicio, who says, wasn't Russia supposed to attend the talks in Saudi Arabia, and why weren't they there?
Oh, no, not these. They weren't supposed to attend these. This was just a talk in between Ukraine and the United States to get them on the same page after the hambush, as we call it, that happened in the White House. So, no, they weren't supposed to be at this one. So with that, I hope that does address that somewhat well. And with that, we are on to the final question of the night. And so, who is the lucky last person to throw in the lucky last question of the night?
And this one goes to Pixel Lord M, who said, do you think that possibly this whole stunt with Ukraine and the trade conflicts are to distract everyone from U.S. force movements against Iran?
Nah, because like we really don't have to distract anyone, because when we start bombing Iran, everyone's going to start looking down there. So I don't really think it's to distract at all. It's more so that there's just different things happening in different places, and we're trying to react and work with them all. But with that, I hope that does address that the best I can. And believe it or not, folks, believe it or not, we've reached the end of tonight's stream. Absolutely crazy. We've only been on this stream for 26 minutes, and I gotta tell you that a lot of people have been saying that it could have been longer, it could have been bigger, it could have been as big as my hands, but beyond that, y'all know what they say about big hands. Big gloves, really big gloves, the biggest of gloves. But beyond that, I gotta thank you all once again for watching tonight. Absolute pleasure to share with all of you the great news of what happened today. But nevertheless, if you did enjoy, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're very happy when we see people subscribing. It makes us warm over in our hearts, and it makes us wonder, maybe we ought to give another 20 billion to Israel. But beyond that, I got to thank you all once again. It's been a great stream, a wonderful stream, and we will be seeing all of you tomorrow, every single one of you, hopefully. Hopefully you'll all be with us tomorrow. Hopefully. Some of you might not be, but beyond that, I do thank you all once again, and we will see you all tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Time to cover the next 24 hours of the news from around the world. And so with that, good night, good luck, take care, stay safe, long live the Lee Spring Army, and the Lee Spring Army will never die.
And it's so fancy, it's all computer. But anyways, we'll see you all tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern on the next night of War News streams, and also maybe midday tomorrow as well for a short war video if there is enough news to cover, which I have a feeling there probably will be. So there will probably be a short war video tomorrow, but I can make no promises whatsoever. But thank you all once again for watching tonight, and sorry about the Wi-Fi issues. Hopefully that won't happen again. We want consistent, good Wi-Fi. We want long-lasting Wi-Fi. But with that, Slava Ukraine, Heroam Slava, get some rest, and we'll see you all tomorrow, and good night.